Be offensive.
I love that. That's how we start with Andy saying offensive. That's how you do it. Cheers,
Deeply
Keith. How you do it?
What is that?
This is a coffee. It's a normal coffee, not a Shaquille Howe coffee. So there's no salt in it.
What was a Guinness?
No. Oh, I could do with a Guinness actually. Guinness and black. That is some good shit right there.
Sunday morning, 12 o'clock.
It's a Sunday, mate. Why not?
Yes.
I do have quite a range of drinks here. I must say, I've got my coffee. I've got a lem sip because I was feeling a little bit sniffly. I've got a vitamin C drink because vitamin C is good for your immune system, and then I've got good old water. There we are.
A lot of liquid.
A lot of liquid, mate. I'm going to be pissing like a fire hose later on.
A lot of liquid. How do you decide which one you're going to go for?
It's hard at the minute, you know. Like I've had a bit of coffee, so I feel like I want to get a little bit more flavour. So I'll probably go for this is orange flavoured, so you get a little bit of something, you know.
Is it one of those weird tablets that you dissolve in the water?
It's so satisfying. Like I'm shit at swallowing pills anyway, so I just use that as an excuse. Was really I just like to watch them dissolve. This is why I like you, Andy, because I always come to you for any like sound effects or ASMR shit.
Random sounds. Good.
I reckon we can make a soundboard out of you. Oh, not that one. Oh no, it makes me uncomfortable. There we are, mate. Do you reckon we could do that? Like carry on from our business ideas. We could just like produce soundboards for a living.
Soundboards. Didn't we have an idea about sounds? No, we did. We talked about this the other day. Sound GIFs.
It was
we need to figure out the audio equivalent of a GIF.
Yeah, it was sound bites we settled on.
Yeah.
But we're like, how would we do it? How would we like monetize it?
App on your phone, and when you're sending a message, like when you choose your emoji keyboard or your GIF keyboard, you choose your sound keyboard. You can scroll through and you can choose Arnie saying or something.
Yeah. I feel like they already exist as the problem. I feel like there is like a dedicated. Oh no. Okay, so it does, but in a separate app. It's not transferable to send as a message. So you can be like in public or whatever, and then just press it, and the sound will come out. But you can't send that exact sound via text.
Yeah, we need to figure out sound keyboard. Then also, how do you make money?
Well, how does anyone make any money from apps? Is it the creation of the app itself that is the money, or is it advertising?
Because I feel like no one's going to buy that. No one's going to spend money on it. But
yeah, I don't know. Would it be like? I mean, does
subscriptions nowadays, isn't it?
Well, that's what I wonder.
£6 a year.
Go on, you go.
£6 a month or whatever. Send all the sounds you want. But again, no one's going to be. Nah, I'm all right.
But I wonder how it works with like actual app development though. Like, do you create this app and be like, this is what it does, and you go to Apple or whatever? Like, does Apple buy apps?
You have so you submit it to app stores. So places like the App Store or Google Play, and that kind of place. You like a process, like if you're submitting, when we submit the music up onto Spotify, similar kind of thing. You fill out a form and you add in the music and you tell us all about it, and you hit send. Google are pretty lax with it, so it's all automated, and after 5 minutes of it, it's up there. Apple like have super high restrictions about how apps work and what kind of stuff's on there. It might take a bit longer. And sometimes a person has to review it before it's sent up there.
Yeah.
You decide how much you want the app to cost, and when someone buys the app, Apple or whoever get like a percentage of it. I think Apple's percentage is like 30 or 40%, and then the rest. Yeah.
Ouch. Huh.
That's why, this whole stuff with Epic Games and Apple right now. So Epic Games are like, why are you taking 30% of all our money?
Mm-hmm.
And Apple are like, well, don't go on the App Store then. That's basically it. And Epic Games figured out a way how their customers could buy things and buy their apps through Apple without 30% of that money going to Apple. And so that's why Apple, I don't know how, some kind of smart way of doing it. And then Apple,
Wow.
no, fuck you, go on.
I mean, fair enough. That was the terms of service of, yeah, you want to be on our platform, we're going to take X amount. And now they're like, no. They're like, well, should have read the terms.
I understand it. It's like, well, we want our money. I'm like, well, you don't have to use our service. So,
yeah, of course, yeah.
There you go. And then some apps, the apps you see for free, they will either have subscriptions attached to them, which again get like funneled through the App Store, or in-app purchases, which is the same thing, or adverts. So a developer would sign up to the advertising agency, and they have a small section of their app, a little window, a little bar down the side, which they kind of reserve for this advertising agency to stick whatever they want in there. And it's usually or pop-ups and stuff like that. You know, when you download a free game, and then after like 3 goes, it comes up with this advert of, why don't you download Candy Crush and play with this? And you can't skip it for the first 5 seconds. It's a bit like YouTube adverts or Google ads. And there you go. And that gets 2 pence to the app developer every time.
What was weird to me is seeing it when, so let's take Plague, for example. Like when I first ever played that in 2011, you're just like, you basically download it, you click on it, press start, go. Whereas now you've got to download it, you've then got to create an account, log in, make sure you're connected to the internet, and ultimately it's got all of these terms of like shit you've got to agree to, and you're like, no one reads it. We actually read it like, yeah, we're gonna take your location and your shit and all. So it's like, what the hell is going on? I just want to pretend to infect the entire planet. Like, why do I need to do all this shit? It's like, well,
starting accounts.
Yeah, why am I starting an account? It's like, who cares? No one's gonna. I don't care that someone's gonna steal my Plague account. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, is that really interesting to someone? Man's played for 3 times this week in his home.
It's pretty suspicious, isn't it?
Why is that useful?
Well, it was. I blame Facebook when they realised that they could money. They accessed the, or they even they showed the world that there is this whole huge way of making money out of people's data that no one realised was a thing, and then everyone's been doing it. So now people are like, oh, this is just fucking exhausting.
So clever. I don't know if Facebook, whether they planned it on the start or they kind of realised it as they got going. Like, we've got everyone's details, and we've got where everyone lives and their ages, and the kind of things they're interested in, and where they're going, and who they're talking to, and what films they're watching, and what stuff they're buying, and what bars they. All this information that like a marketing company would come over,
kill for,
for free.
Like,
shit, we got all this great stuff that took us no time to collect.
Literally. Have you seen The Social Dilemma?
Is that a Netflix thing?
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I've heard about it, and it's basically about these. They speak to some of the founders who wrote the script for Twitter and Facebook and stuff, and they're like, "We've made huge mistakes. Like, we should never have made this stuff." And you're like, "Fuck! These are the people who created this shit," and they're like, "This is really bad." It's like, oh, this is not good. When they're like, we fucked up really badly.
The people who invented the hydrogen bomb or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Oppenheimer himself. No. It was Oppenheimer himself. He was like, he quoted the Bhagavad Gita. He said, "I am Shiva the Destroyer. I have become Death, the Destroyer of Worlds." And you're like, that's ominous.
Imagine doing something like that. The guilt carrying with you all the time.
Oh, mate, yeah, you because of what you did, you destroyed 2 cities.
Countless lives.
Yeah,
and like that's an invention that's going to last for eternity now. People
by its very nature, but even if we all die out, they're still going to be there. This is why I'm talking to you, Andy. We always touch on such cheery things, you know.
I'm putting on the heavy shit already. It's been 10 minutes.
It's all good. Right, let's start the back of it. How you doing, mate? You all good anyway? You all right?
All right, cozy. Got a drink. Not much to do. Nowhere to go. But
yeah. See, this what I like about you is that even though you'll switch up your outfit and you're not necessarily wearing your Adidas jacket, it's still in the frame, so you still have it with you at all times.
it's always there. I need it.
I love it, man. It's cool. It's all right. It's part of your branding. You look like either look like Noel Gallagher or an extra from Corn. Either way.
Corn. Yes. I'm wearing Adidas shorts actually right now.
I am as well. Hang on. There you go. See, lovely. Representing.
I just live in shorts right now. It's just easier.
It's just so comfy. I mean, why would you not? There's no other thing to be doing. To be fair, though, I did hour and a half walk today, so that was nice.
That's good. Hour and a half. Keeping fit.
Well, it's good. You got to take advantage of the sun while it's out. Otherwise, it's been raining and gloomy the last few days. Nice and grey.
I bet you got some nice spaces around you.
It's decent. It's decent. You should come up here at some point. We should walk on opposite sides of the road so we can yell at each other.
What?
No, we've got if you've got like proper wellies or like big hiking boots or something, there's a few lakes around it.
Yeah.
But they're this time of year they'll be proper boggy and real muddy. But they'll be cool to walk in because they're pretty big. They got into parks as well.
Kind of rural area. I like that.
Ah, well, likewise yourself, my friend. Like you showed me around the woods the other day.
Yeah, it's kind of getting muddier by the day. So I went out yesterday, and yeah, it's horrible. And a couple of days after we had a walk, I went out again. There's a little river. You can get down to the Thames and walk up and down there, and it is dreadful. It's like a festival. It's so bad. You need wellies, and it's like past your ankles at points. Great.
Oh wow.
Kind of enjoy it. Like the sound of mud when you step through it. It's kind of a squelch. Yeah. And you got some good boots and some good wellies, and you know your feet aren't going to get wet, and you're just like power through it. Yeah, it's quite nice. But
hell yeah.
I don't like it's pretty nasty. It's pretty bad.
Before you said that, I was literally about to be like, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Because it's like anything with mud, with rain, with whatever. It's only annoying if you're like, something's going to get damaged or I'm not wearing the right shit for it. If you're wearing the right stuff, you're like, yeah, I'm diving in. Let's do this.
As long as you're not going to get uncomfortable.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Nice.
It's like rain. Rain only freaks me out if I'm like, oh no, I've got my laptop with me or something. It's going to get destroyed because of the rain. Whereas like otherwise, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, decent coat, some good shoes.
Yeah.
Tiny bit of water.
That sounds like fun. Do you remember what's that route? What's that other route we did? The one where we the four of us were down by Rivermead and we walked all the way up the river.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. So that's if you carry on down that river, you eventually get to my house basically. Kind of. There's it's called Purley Village, which is that little area, and there's a lock there. And you can carry on, you go straight on to Pangbourne. And that's where it gets like super muddy, super bad. And so I bet that path between Rivermead and up to mine, I bet that's also a load of shit.
Have you been to the Lookout in Bracknell?
Not in years, in decades, who knows?
Dude, we should go. I went day after Boxing Day. Day after Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was really cool because it's just this massive outdoor space. They just like let people can still just come in and park up and go for a wander. So we should do that. It was cool. Very cool.
Is that museum still there?
It's still there, but they've shut it all. But they still got those. Do you remember those massive dishes out the front where they're like one's over here, one's all the way over there, and you can whisper to each other?
You could speak in it, and it kind of bounced off. Yeah.
See, that annoyed me because they never ever explained how it works. It was just there.
I don't think it ever we never really properly used it. It'd be like 5 kids shouting each one at the same time.
Yeah.
Is it working? I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that museum. That was cool. There was like a weird rocket ship you would pump up.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this bridge. You had to build a bridge. But you know, when you got the middle brick of the bridge is the one that holds it all in together.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of thing. You had to build it yourself. But again, we're 5-year-olds fucking about. We're just chucking bricks at each other.
Well, here's a quick question about your architectural structural knowledge. What is that particular piece in the middle called?
Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, was I? I was chucking bricks around. The middle brick. I bet it's got a name that I've definitely heard.
It's called a keystone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So because I know you care about bridges, I'm going to tell you. The Romans invented it. So basically meant that it's a very clever idea. So all the bricks, they're not square. They're all slightly like this. So you go from one side to the other. The bridge comes up. They always curve up, and the keystone goes in the middle. And they design it so basically you can put. It's designed to take way more pressure than a normal bridge, because the more pressure you put on it, it makes it stronger because it compacts it down.
It's tighter.
So the heavier load you put over it actually makes the bridge more stable.
So I wasn't paying attention at that museum, obviously.
I wasn't either. That was Horrible Histories that taught me that. So
you would have explained that all to me. Horrible Histories.
Dude, Horrible Histories is amazing. And I sent it to Josh. My sister sent me a video, and it was I think it was Charles Dickens, but it's just a bunch of like comedians that make it, but they were singing about Charles Dickens, but they combined 2 Smith songs together, and the dude was dressed as Charles Dickens, but waving a fucking bunch of flowers around like Morrissey. I was like, this is so painful, but so funny at the same time.
Yeah, a little bit cringe, but I'm laughing.
And you actually like, oh, is that actually true? You're like, oh, okay, I actually learned shit now. It's so good. It's so painful. I think it's just because the Smiths, I was like, nah, this hurts me.
Jokes. I was gonna get some kid in some like embarrassing situation at school. It's cool when they're answering questions about Charles Dickens. It's like, oh yeah, that he had them flowers, didn't he?
What are you talking about? All flowers. Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder if, do you reckon they'd let us do Go Ape just by ourselves at the lookout?
Oh, I bet they're shut. No, that's an outdoor venue, right?
Yeah. So I mean, you know, if just give us the harness, don't come near us, and just we'll sort ourselves out. It's fine.
No.
What? We don't need supervision. We're adults that can figure out how to use ropes and pulleys and shit.
One of us would die. One of us would plummet to the ground.
What's your point?
Free for all. Imagine that, a free for all. Just Go Ape. Just go do what you want.
I'd do that if they were like, yeah, just sign a waiver. We don't have any responsibility. I'd be like, all right, cool.
Have you done it before?
Yeah, I've done it a few times. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I was like 14 the last time I went, but you know, it's like riding a bike, you know.
Oh yeah, if a 14-year-old Matt can do it, then
25
anyone can do it, right?
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, that would be fun. I just like clip myself onto a tree and then just dangling off the edge, just like deliberately just feel what it's like to be weightless, but no, I'm okay.
I love that kind of thing. When it comes to heights, I'm not really bothered by that. And I love experiencing that, and I love the feeling of like, it's sounds really weird. I love the feeling of falling, and that free fall. There's no forces against you. It's just you're not stood on anything. It's completely isolated for that brief second. I would love, obviously, not to die, but I would love to experience what it would be like to like jump off a building and then safely come to Earth.
I mean, the safety thing is optional, but you know. Have you did you ever do any like skateboarding or BMXing or anything?
No.
Really? Because it sounds like you should have.
I had a skateboard, but
Mm-hmm.
I would never. I could barely use it. I could barely balance on it, and then you just end up sitting on it and rolling down the hill. That was good fun actually. And then like a regular mountain bike, but never did any crazy shit on it or really got into the tricks. I feel like I'm too old to do that now.
I don't think so. See, I used to do skateboarding. I was never any good. The only thing I could ever do was ollie and like dropping on the half pipe. And I stopped because I was like, I don't have the time to do it anymore. It's like, why would I do it? So we've suddenly got an abundance of time on our hands, Andy.
Do you reckon skate parks are open?
I don't think you can shut them.
Because there's one near, you've
got one in Prospect.
Have you?
Yeah, Prospect Park is one, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's probably the closest one. But there's, it's kind of on the way to the Showcase Cinema. There's one near there.
Oh, Soul Joel, yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah, they've got a free running set as well with the outdoor bars. Oh, they do, yeah.
That's a good workout.
That's a really good workout.
It's a good workout.
Well,
you have to be strong to do that.
It's
not just like
crazy,
built and muscly, but you have to be lean and.
Well, the guys who are really good at that sort of stuff, you can't be big because it just slows you down because you're just too heavy, and there's just too much mass of you to pump all that like blood through. You just get tired so quick if you're a big dude doing like bar workouts.
It's not to be ninja warrior style.
Yeah, some of those guys are crazy.
None of those guys are ninja warrior big.
No, you can't. Yeah, you'll just fall off, or you'll just
too heavy.
You'll be because also if it's going to be a lot of grip strength as well. So if you're 130 kilos, built like shit, but you jump off a platform, you can probably jump because your legs are probably quite strong. But as soon as you grab hold of a bar, that's going to be all of your weight going through that, and then gravity against you. You're just going to fall straight off.
Imagine John Cena trying to run up that like half pipe and then pull himself up.
It's not going to happen. He could probably run it, but I don't think he can pull himself up because he's just too heavy, and he's not really going to have a lot of mobility. He's just big. That's it.
Where you have to like climb up that wall.
Yeah.
To like press up the wall on the side. That's holding all that weight. Like he's a strong guy, but holding all of his own weight.
I hate those walls because whenever I've done like an obstacle race, most of the ones that I do most of the obstacles I don't have a problem with. Every single bloody race I've done, I've always fall off the wall like straight away because it's a different kind of muscle. It's a stabilizing and it's like a mobility thing because you're going like this and you're trying to hold it off. I just can't do it. I just fall off because I don't know what it is, whether it's like technique or something, but I can't stay on that fucking vertical thing with those little bricks hanging off it. I can't do it. It's just too hard. It's a specific kind of strength.
Stronger fingers.
I don't even know if it's that. Is it stronger fingers? Maybe. I mean, it would certainly help, but I don't know. I used to have quite a good grip, but I don't anymore. You'd probably be fine because it's like the bass and guitar and stuff. You get a good grip. Well, I mean, your left hand would. Your right one probably not.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Cheers, sir. Well played. Well played. Have you ever wanted to go skydiving?
Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do skydiving. I'd be sad that like the first couple of times you do it, you have to be strapped to a dude. I'm like, I would do this myself. give me that form,
dude. Yeah. Just be you just have to just get qualified, mate.
Yeah, but even if you're getting qualified, or the one where immediately after going out of the plane, the parachute opens. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the first one you do, just so I'm not strapped to some random guy.
You'd have to be quite low down, but that defeats the point of skydiving then, because
That's true.
otherwise you're just parachuting. Just go base jumping then if you go do that, mate.
Yeah, base jumping I'd do.
Yeah, do that.
That's a good way of jumping off a building without dying.
Yeah. Just as soon as you jump, parachute goes off, and you just got to know how to steer it, and that's it.
Or wingsuit.
See, that looks so much fun. That looks crazy dangerous.
Oh yeah, but only because the videos you see are people like near missing mountains and shit. And
have you? I unfortunately have seen one where someone hit a bridge. It's not good, man. It's not good.
like, was it like a complete wham stop, or did like clip it and?
No, but he was going fast, like off a mountain, and hit a bridge. Not good. Not good.
He's dead.
He didn't. There wasn't much of him left.
Nah.
It's real bad. Real bad. I don't know how that managed to sneak its way onto Instagram, but I was like, that's not good.
Those dudes go. They get some fast speeds. They go fast.
There's a dude called Andy Stumpf, and he is which is an awesome surname, but he's I think it's the longest and the fastest wingsuit record. I don't know like how fast it was, but it's some ridiculous length. Like he's out there for like 30 minutes, and you're like, what's that? What the fuck? No, but he's got like his GoPro on his helmet, and it looks so beautiful though. It looks incredible just to like be like flying over everywhere.
It's like a bird.
Well, it's more like a squirrel because that's what it's based on. But yeah, all right, we'll go with bird. Yeah. Have you seen those squirrels that it's based on? Have you seen them, the flying ones?
Flying squirrels. Imagine that.
No.
Like
okay, they're not flying; they're gliding squirrels. But have you seen a gliding squirrel?
Yeah, not in real life, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos? Yeah, it's just so funny. It's like, whoa, it's so funny.
Squirrels are the ultimate animal. They're just, but they are. They're so athletic. They can climb. They're fast.
They can bury. Glide. They can dig.
Yeah. Yeah. They've evolved to survive. The ultimate animal.
Well, they which ones are the bastards? I think the grey ones are the evil ones because they like hunt and kill red ones. I think it's that way around.
Yeah, the red ones they're like dying out. Red ones are native to the UK.
Yeah.
Grey might be American from somewhere else.
We could just blame the Germans. They're closer. Yeah, I don't know. I take it back. I love you, Germany. Great country, nice people. It's all good.
So.
just don't come after me, all right?
No, England, is it?
Do you reckon I'd be accepted if I went to like the EDL or something? Do you reckon they'd let me in? I don't want to. I'm just curious. I reckon they'd pick up on that I'm not exactly white.
Is there like a quiz to join, or like some sort of test, or sort of initiation?
The entrance exam, yeah.
I bet half the guys in that though must have heritage from all over the place.
Obviously, everyone does. Yeah.
There's no way in 2021 that you are like purely one race. Impossible, right?
Well, unless if you're a native to, if you were born here, I agree. And well, I don't know, unless you were like I don't know, both your parents were from Ghana and they came over here and then you were born here, then that is, one. Genetically, I suppose that's genetically you're that. But again, I guess it depends how far back we go in their history, because they could have had relatives, one from Namibia, one from Egypt, one from Turkey. I don't know.
Not for sure.
But
in Western civilization, at the very least, it's
yeah, for sure.
A very big mixed place. And
of course. Well, I mean, especially if you've got, I mean, yeah, Europe's just a huge melting pot because you would have had on the far right, you've got Budapest, which is a mixture of, I think Hungary is a mixture of Turkey and Russia or Austria, something weird like that. So that's where you get that weird blend of the like Western meets like Middle Eastern over there, which is really cool. Makes some really good.
Weird blend.
No, it is. It's odd because you've got all this like Russian architecture, but you've got really spicy food. So, but it's a really, really cool melting pot.
That area of the world in the last 100 years is just 150, isn't? It's kind of different countries, different territories, different names.
Yep.
It's changed so much that there is no, their history is always changing.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been constant for a very long time, really, in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
And even like America and Canada.
Yeah.
The majority of people living over there, really, you could trace where they've come from very easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a young place.
Yeah, I mean, they would come from here, France, Holland, be probably the big ones, and then you've got Spain for Mexico, and then Portugal for the rest of South America. See, that's nuts. People forget about the Portuguese Empire when basically one of the biggest continents on the planet speaks Portuguese. When people just forget about the Portuguese Empire, you're like, nah, they just make port and play golf. That's it.
It's weird to think. It's like Britain. It seems like such a little place that had all that influence at one time.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why Britain has like an empire thing. Do you reckon it was like a remnant from Rome's influence? Because Rome had a crazy empire.
Yeah, what happened to them? They were doing so well.
The argument is that they got so successful and so advanced in civilization that they descended back into barbarity because they got so enlightened that they basically just like fell apart from within because there was a huge disparity between the wealthy and the poor.
Nice stuff.
Well, they weren't exactly nice people,
What did the Romans do for us?
Probably toilets and no, that was the Greeks. I'd say roads then for Romans.
Sewers.
Yeah. Well, actually, was the Greeks toilets? No, we got sandals from Rome.
Sandals.
Dresses. Yeah, toga.
Dresses.
Yeah. Dresses. What? Togas.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
no, he was a Spaniard, wasn't he?
He was the Spaniard. Yeah, he was Spaniard. But he was the Spaniard. But he had
Would you have like a Spanish general in the Roman Empire?
I think they call him a Spaniard just because he had darker hair, or he was like different colorations or something. I don't know. He was probably just a recruit, and they went, yeah, whatever, because he had the most. He had the most Roman name you could think of, though.
Yeah. Maybe he was like half Spanish or something.
Yeah. They never explain why they call him the Spaniard.
Or maybe we're just not paying attention.
I don't know. That was a good film, though. Gladiator is a great film.
That's a great film.
Very good film.
Really good film.
So I had to do for sixth form, we had to do like a piece on, I don't know, Rome or whatever. And so a part of our homework was just to watch that film. So I was like, cool, fine. Nice. That's a good film. I was going to say something about Hungary. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, so you were talking about how they were just such a melting pot because you had. So my geography is terrible. I think they're like next to Austria, so they're mostly so Austria-Hungary. So you had like Austrian kind of German influences. Then the Turkish invaded and gave them all their food, and the Austrians kicked them out again, made them Austro-Hungary. Then World War One, then World War II, Nazis came in and like took half of them, and then the Russians came in and kicked them out. Then the Russians took over, and then finally, so fall of the Soviet Union, and then Hungary finally got themselves back. So they were like, we've got all of this Turkish, Austrian, Hungarian, Russian shit to work ourselves out. What do we do? And then when I went there 5 years ago, and then we had this little like guided tour. And the woman was basically saying that you've got all of these blends of buildings. They went, solid, we'll just leave it as it is and just make sure they are structurally sound. So she's like, that's Hungarian, that's Russian, that's Turkish, that's German and stuff. So it's really cool. It's a beautiful place. Bloody cold, but it's just so cool. You've got all of these different cultures mixed in, and they were like, this is what we are. We're these 5 different nations, effectively.
I like that.
Yeah, it's real cool. Not that anyone's going there anytime soon.
Yeah. It doesn't like. It's hard to see any end to it all. Yeah, even with people getting vaccinated and all the plans and it's all back to normal by Easter or whatever, hopefully. But it's difficult to see what's going to happen next, and it feels like lockdown will last forever. Do you get that?
Certainly feel it, yeah. But you feel it, but you can't accept it, because if you accept it, you're just like, I can't. It's like, what do you do? Do you just accept it, or do you like resist what we're being told? Like, do you think this is just, we can't?
It's kind of already happened. Like, everyone must be so bored of being told to stay indoors and keep their distance, and we've had nearly a year of it now. And we've had periods of time where we've been able to go out and meet people and go to restaurants and stuff like this, and we're so used to we've kind of got used to a little bit. There was little slivers, a couple of months of having stuff back to normal, and now people are being told what to do again. I think people are less receptive of the rules this time around.
I don't have a problem with that. There becomes a point, because the reason we're doing all this stuff is to save lives, but there becomes a point of how we're measuring that. We're measuring that from the virus itself or from the after effects of it.
I would assume it's how many lives are lost on a given day.
I think but there are
that's my point. That we were testing people now, and the amount of people we're testing now is way different to what it was, say, this time last year. So we're actively looking and snooping around for COVID cases, whereas March, April last year, we weren't, and we didn't have the resources to confirm 100% all these people have this disease, have this illness, and that's their cause of death. It was just, COVID's a thing and you're dead. Might have been that, but you can't say for sure.
Well, there's 2 questions here. There's one, which is your point, is like the actual identifying of it itself. Like, are you dying? So as you were saying, last year we didn't know what was going on, because people were ill or dying or whatever. Whereas now we can test for this thing. But my point is I'm looking at more like the measure of despair is what I'm looking at.
Right.
From an emotional perspective and from a morale perspective of people. Because if you can't live like this, people have got nothing to do. Or you don't have a routine, you can't like see people, like you can't. There's only so long this is going to last. There's 2 outcomes. Either there's only so long people will take this, or it will just become the norm and people will just be crushed into numbness and subservience.
I can imagine that happening.
Yeah, I'd like to say that wouldn't happen, but there's the analogy of, boiling a frog. You don't do it quickly, you do it slowly.
I don't think I can't see any motive or any reason for an evil government to want to do that. I think it's just a inadequate government that kind of doesn't really know what they're doing and makes some decisions and then makes other decisions and goes back on what they've said, and there's just a big room of people with lots of different opinions all arguing, so nothing ever really gets properly decided on.
Yep.
Like this whole eat out to help out thing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a bit of a mistake if you think about it.
We're engaging in Orwellian doublethink. Stay away from people, but fill a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to where did I go? I went to my mate's house in Southampton in September, and we went to Miller and Carter, and it was rammed. Like, I thought it was great. I was like, this is brilliant. But I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, what the fuck? This doesn't make sense.
I remember going out on my lunch break and Five Guys is, it's not a cheap burger. It's a 50% burger. Oh, great. I'll go and get a burger.
Yeah.
The queues were out. It's like the busiest I've ever seen it on those, that Wednesday. Was it Wednesdays they did it on?
Yes. Yeah. It was Monday to Wednesday, I think, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And even on weekends, in summer holidays, it wasn't as busy as that. And it's absolutely mad. And I can understand why the government do it. And it sounds pretty smart, doesn't it? Like, the government will pay for half your bill. But come on. Wasn't a good move.
Again, it's the double thing part of it. It's the unpredictability of this is the problem, is that everyone's reactions are different to it. Like, some people kick it in a day. Some people never knew they had it. Some people it kills them. So odds are in our favor. I mean, we're not even at 0.1% of the whole fucking population of the country who've died from it. So it's like,
it's not incredibly lethal, is it?
Not even remotely.
Have you seen Contagion with Matt Damon in it?
Yeah, shit film.
Have you watched it recently?
No, I watched it 4 years ago or whatever.
Watch it now if you can, and it's really strange because it's like, this is so
identical. Yeah,
this is really weird. It's like they predicted it. It's like watching an episode of The Simpsons where they predict stuff happening.
Yeah, I remember.
Spot on. They've Hollywooded it up a little bit.
Yeah,
and
the
virus in the film it works faster and it's far more lethal.
Yeah,
but a lot of the stuff that happens with R numbers and with people fighting over vaccinations and staying home and the way it happens was the whole
bat.
Food in China. It's kind of strange.
That's a really big thing. Because here's the thing: it's like if you've got, like you were saying about it's incompetence, definitely. There's people that are out to make money out of it, so that's going to be it as well. But it's like if you've got those people who are like, oh, there's a nefarious purpose behind it. It's like if you go out looking for a nefarious purpose, you're going to find it because you're looking for it. You're looking.
You can interpret anything.
For there to be a conspiracy somewhere.
Concentrate hard enough on it.
Yeah, of course you can.
I think Boris or anyone there is smart enough to be like a evil emperor.
Yeah,
if you an interview with I forgot his name. He's the big idiot.
That doesn't narrow it down.
What's his name? Matt Hancock.
Oh yeah.
If you watch interviews with him on the news, mate, he's an absolute spanner, and he can barely answer a question.
Yeah.
There was a question about the free school dinner things, and it's in the news at the moment because these little packages being handed out are really shit, and it seems like
nonsense.
They're putting rubbish stuff in it, and it's a waste of money because they're spending all this money on what you spent. That cost £30. That's shit food.
Yeah.
And they interviewed Matt Hancock about it, and apparently he actually voted months and months and months ago against giving free school dinners to people while in lockdown.
Jesus.
And they asked him about it because he's kind of singing its praises now. Like, oh, it's brilliant, it's good, it's great, I'm glad you did it. And Piers Morgan was like leaning into him. So why did you vote against free school dinners?
Yeah.
And he just didn't have an answer for it. And he did the whole politician dodging thing.
Oh, God.
Then Piers was like, oh, so do you regret voting against it? And again, he wouldn't say yes or no to it.
Yeah.
I think these politicians during interviews, they want to avoid like giving something a definitive answer, because they want it to bite them in the ass in the future.
Yep.
They just want to be as diplomatic and kind of chill as possible and not seem like they're an arsehole, but then again not reveal any kind of weakness, not reveal any anything about themselves that someone can pick at later on, or dig themselves into a hole of questions. And I think if it was some grand conspiracy, these people are not smart enough to pull that kind of thing off.
I agree.
What sort of conspiracy would it be if you're getting into an argument about baked beans and slices of bread? Unless they want us. This is a big cover-up. If we spend more time arguing about free school dinners, they're getting away with other shit that we don't know about, that we don't ask about.
See, that is definitely true. But the problem is, by its very nature, we're not going to know what that is. That's the problem. But that is definitely true. But that's media in general. Media is just a big fucking misdirection just to get people arguing about nonsense. Everything. I deliberately don't pay attention because it's just chatting shit about nonsense.
It is. Written articles online as well. That's probably the worst of it right now. That's my bugbear. I speak to people. That's it. I don't look at anything else. I don't give a shit. Obviously, I send you animals eating other animals. But that's about it. That's our current offence.
Oh mate, I think that could entertain me for ages out of hilarity and horror. It just keeps me going.
A sheep being yeeted over a cliff or something.
Or a snake killing a rabbit. Like, yeah, I'll watch that. Why not?
Have you seen the snakes like chasing the lizard?
Yeah. Oh mate, have you seen Snoop Dogg narrating it?
No.
It's so funny. It's so good because all they did was they got him high. They showed him the clip and then just recorded whatever he said to it. And it's so good. He's like, "Oh shit, run, man, run!" Oh man, it's so funny. It is so funny. See, that's a good use of your time. If you can make yourself laugh, like in the last week, I think I've watched 6 or 7 stand-up specials, and it just makes me happy, man. Just laughing. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's what you need. It's that, and I need to have a conversation with your lovely self. We come up with the next multi-pound invention.
Yeah,
We're gonna be 100 airs, my friend.
I've just revealed my big idea on your podcast.
I know. I might have to cut it out.
Anyone could watch this and be like, "Oh yeah, good."
Be like, they've had a few tweaks and they're actually onto something.
I don't know how to make an app though, so
I'm sure we can teach ourselves. I genuinely think we should actually teach ourselves how to skateboard. If you're like falling from a great height, mate, skateboarding is definitely for you because the half pipe is just perfect. You get that little rush of and then back up again.
When I say I like the falling from a great height, it's got to be in a safe, controlled environment where I'm not going to get injured in the slightest. So
okay. Well, yeah. How about acceptable parameters of risk? How about that?
Like pad me up.
Oh yeah,
like,
I'll get
absolutely like Michelin man padded.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
I mean,
could we do it where we see how many t-shirts we can get you in, and then we'll just push you down a ramp?
How many t-shirts?
Yeah, so we'll start like small. No, sorry, medium. We'll start medium and go all the way up to like triple XL. We have like 50 t-shirts or whatever. Just put them over and over and over and over and over and over.
They're absolutely padded. Coats.
Yeah, coats. Get like.
Trousers.
So we'll do like a.
Can you do it with trousers?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to start like if you had like running leggings, you have to start with them, and then put on like joggers, and then really baggy jeans last, kind of thing.
I'll stay home and play Tony Hawk. That's fine. It'll be cheaper.
Skateboarding actually would be fun. That would be fun. Maybe not now because it's cold as shit. You don't really want to learn it when it's cold.
It's I don't know. It's kind of January's halfway through, and this time last year, like February, March, wasn't too bad, was it? It was.
Yeah, March was weird. There's like a picture I got. I think it was like the first week of lockdown, and we went out for a walk, and I'm wearing like boots, 2 pairs of trousers, a t-shirt, a jumper, a jacket, like and all that shit. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm in like shorts and a t-shirt. Like this is hot.
Yeah, we had such a long summer. Summer started in spring last year.
It started in April, mate.
I'm so happy that we had good weather for a lockdown. Because imagine the very first lockdown. Rain, wind, horrible.
And you know what? While this is colder and wetter, obviously I don't know how it's for other people, but it's not that bad, you know.
It's not terrible, is it? It's not raining every day and dreary and grey.
Yeah, we've had today's been really sunny. Yeah.
Sun shining.
Yeah, it's been bad.
It's not
this has been a weird kind of like double-edged sword because it's easier because we're kind of used to it, but it's a little bit harder because there's no, like, it's colder, so you're outside a lot less.
We haven't had any snow.
Yeah, I don't know if I want snow. Do I want snow?
A lot of ice or anything like that. Like, it hasn't been a shitty, frosty with winter.
I kind of want like snow for a day, just to be like, yeah, it's cold, and then it just goes away and doesn't come back again.
Well, like the fields around my house, all those hills. I bet that'd be good for snow.
That'd be cool. Yeah, no, snow would be sick actually, because then everyone can go sledging. That would be fun.
Get a dustbin on that.
I'm trying to think. Have you got a sled?
Yeah.
No, I haven't either.
Improvise and.
It's not even like in previous years where if you didn't have a sled, you just go and buy one because like you have to order one. By the time you got it, the snow would have gone. So you're like,
yeah.
Do you get one just in case it does?
Beat the crowds. But then if it doesn't snow, you can just got this sled knocking about.
Yeah, but if you get like one of those little like red plastic ones, it only costs you like 10 quid or something.
Could you like take the bonnet off your car?
Probably.
If like 3 of you on there, it'd be jokes.
Yeah, probably actually. Do that. Or what did we use one year? One year we used a bin liner.
Bin liner?
Yeah, it's slidey as hell, mate. You just go, you're flying on that.
It's like gather up. How do you?
You'd have to hold it on the front like a magic carpet, so it didn't get caught. Yeah.
No. Bonnet of the car. It's the best idea so far.
All right, you take it off. I'm not taking it off.
Can we use your car?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Use yours, mate. Oh, wait, hang on. You haven't got the your bonnet hasn't got the extra grill, has it, on the front?
I don't know. That's really weird.
Like some minis, they've got that higher engine thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call that?
What? I don't know. I forgot what it looks like.
I don't think you do.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
No, because it's the newer models.
It's like the super sporty ones that have it. It looks like some air intake.
Yeah.
That's fuck all, really. If anything, it's probably less aerodynamic.
Well, I don't know. Minis are. I don't know because I at my old job I had one as a company car, and that thing was a bullet.
Such a good car.
Oh, mate, it took me. I used to work at Wokingham, so I'd go from the A329 from Reading to Wokingham would take me 4.5 minutes. When usually it should be like 15. So it's just like, it just goes.
You've got a real speeding problem. So you've done your speed awareness, but no.
The 3 points and the speed awareness course, would definitely testify to that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't care, mate. It's fun. My problem is not speeding. It's I speed in the wrong places. That's the problem. It's lack of awareness. That's the problem. I still can't believe I did that. And it's compounding as well. Number one is that I missed the turning for Brighton, and so we're running late.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is 4 issues. 1, I missed the turning. 2, because I missed the turning, we had to go faster, so I got the speeding ticket.
Okay, you don't have to go faster.
No, I thought I had to go faster because we were running late. 3, the second day, I missed the turning again. And then because I missed the turning again, I had to go faster to the same point. So it's 4 things. It's me being an idiot. So if I just made the turning, I wouldn't have been here.
At least you're consistent.
Consistently stupid, getting caught in the same bloody thing. Yeah, it's getting missing the turning, getting caught at the same place, and speeding for both of them.
Have you ever been in a road accident?
Define road accident.
Have you crashed into someone, or has someone crashed into you?
I've never crashed into anyone, but people have crashed into me. Yeah.
Okay.
In every single vehicle I've had.
Really?
Except for this one.
Well, not yet, anyway.
Not yet. No. Let's see. The first one is I turned into McDonald's. The dude in front of me had gone in ahead, gone into a parking space, and as I came in, had reversed without looking and smashed into the driver's door. That was fine. Dude, the car was worth like 100 quid. I replaced the door for £15. It was easy.
That's a cheap door.
Oh, mate, it's a Daewoo Matiz. It was a piece of shit. One is I parked legally on the road on a legal parking spot. I'd come out in the evening to drive home, and someone, the front of the car was hanging off. So someone had like smashed into it and then just driven off. So I was like, okay. So that was like a Clio from 2004, so no one cared. So that was a write-off. And then the work company car, same thing again. I was pulling out of space. I looked, some dickhead had driven around this way and then swung a U-turn illegally and smashed right to the driver's door again. And that was a 2016 Mini, so that door was about 600 quid.
But hopefully, company car, right? It's covered.
No, yes, a company car, but I still had to pay for it. I was like, so that was fun. Yeah, that's yeah. So none of them were my fault, but I was in the car with all of them. Well, they happened to my vehicles.
I'm like, at the moment, the last 2 days, I found myself watching compilations of road accidents, like dash cam footage on YouTube.
Yeah, they're good.
And it's really jokes.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the dash cams, they've got microphones on them, so you can hear the people getting enraged. That's so good. And I'm watching it, and yeah, there's some idiot drivers, people like pulling out when they shouldn't be, or not looking where they're going, changing lanes, or not sticking into their lane. But a lot of the drivers who are like, really, they're not at fault. I mean, they're not doing themselves any favour, because you can see a mile off someone pulling out into a road when they shouldn't be. But instead of this driver thinking, he's a dickhead, I'll probably slow down just in case we crash. They don't change speed. They just like carry on and just like get on the horn. Rather than getting on the brakes, they get on the horn.
Well, you know, Andy, horn just, it makes the car a safer place to be if you blare the horn. Not the brakes, but the horn.
One guy go around a roundabout and someone didn't give way and started pulling out into the roundabout in front of them.
Yeah.
Instead of slowing down or stopping, he carries on at full speed and like goes round the other side of the roundabout and over into the other side of the road so he can go around this car. It's just like this little mini roundabout.
Yeah.
But for a period of time on the wrong side of the road while he's driving around this person, pulls the window down, you fat git, and then drives on. And yeah, that's funny to watch, but I mean, something could have happened. Something bad could have happened.
Do you remember two events that happened in Reading that have immortalised our town in road rage?
Oh, the old the guy kicking on the bicycle.
Yeah, so that's
like falls on his face.
That's Zinzan Street. That one is absolute classic. And then
that's as good. I would say that's as good as Ronnie Pickering. That's up there.
Which one's Ronnie Pickering?
You don't know Ronnie Pickering?
If you tell me, if you tell me, I'll know what it is.
There's a guy like on a moped or something, and he's waiting to. I think first of all he's on a moped, so that's annoying this Ronnie Pickering guy who's driving behind him.
Yeah.
Just like does a few dodgy overtakes, but it's nothing too bad.
Yeah.
Then the guy on the scooter is waiting to turn right, so he's had to stop in the middle of the road while the traffic gets out the way, so then he can turn right. And Ronnie Pickering behind him on his horn, like, "Oh, come on, get a move on, go." So Ronnie pulls up on the side of him and winds his window down, like, "Come on, do you want to fight? Bare knuckle fight, let's go. Do you know who I am?" And the guy's like, "No, I'm Ronnie Pickering." Who the fuck's that? just random like lager dude with a shaven head, just like, "Come on, I'm Ronnie Pickering."
It's so random. No,
you've never. It's jokes. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Well, I was going to say the other immortalised one is the rogue bus driver outside Turtle.
Oh yes,
that is
good.
Two things that are fantastic about it. One is the fact of how fucking fast that bus driver was going, and two, how the dude he knocked down just went, "All right," and just went back in for a pint.
Gets up and goes into the Turtle.
Into the pint.
Such a Reading thing to do, isn't it?
It's like, so amazing. It made me proud to live here. I'm like, yes, that's how you do it.
That road that goes, what's it called, Minster Street.
Minster onto Gun Street, yeah.
Yeah, that road where it turns into, where the Turtle is. The buses do go down there super fast, and they don't care.
Why? I don't know why. Because it's fucking traffic lights at the end of the road.
There's no one. It's only for buses and taxis, right?
There's a window where anyone could drive through it, but I always forget what that window is.
It's almost always only buses.
Mm-hmm.
It's really quiet. It's not like you have to. It's not crowded. It's not busy. It's not a difficult road to drive down. It's a one-way street. And that's it. There's that crossing to the Oracle. Be careful there. Otherwise, you're good.
Yeah.
So why he had to go down there so fast? Obviously lost control. That dude is lucky. Because the windscreen is absolutely annihilates where it hits him.
Because it's not even like the wing mirror hits him. He hits him full on with the bus into the front of the Turtle and just keeps on going. And you're like, what the fuck?
And it's lucky that the road kind of curves like that. So the driver is obviously trying to make the curve, make the turning, so he wouldn't. And the guy was kind of flung in the opposite direction. But if it was like a straight on road, he would have been underneath that bus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah.
Doesn't even phase it.
It kind of scrapes the wall there as well. There's like
I know.
It's like a
it's an overhang. It takes it out.
And next door to Turtle, there's that building that no one's using.
Hmm.
But there's that subway and there's like a hairdressers down there. So they're lucky that. Imagine if the buses went to them, they'd be absolutely fucked. It's lucky that the old building not being used gets fucked up and no one else.
I was gonna say because I like that subway and my mum gets her haircut there, so I'm like, oh. If it had gone into it, you would have been like,
someone coming out with their sandwich or just their brand new hairdo.
I shouldn't laugh. Oh, you shouldn't laugh at that, but it is funny because I think because we've seen the footage of that dude getting up and being absolutely fine, you're thinking, oh, that's just what happened to them as well.
Must have had a little bit of bruising, but
Oh yeah, I think the consensus is he was pissed as a skunk anyway, so he was just completely relaxed when he hit the ground. Yeah. Because like if you were sober, you would have been like, you would have frozen up, and then it would have been like, like a splat.
That's really good.
It's nuts.
I wonder if that driver got like, do you reckon he lost his job,
You'd hope so.
or he'd get something, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Or I guess first of all, you'd wonder what the hell happened, because if it was like he was shitting himself, it's like the brakes failed, then you're like, all right, fine, and they can prove it failed. You'd be like, all right, fair enough, mate, because you can prove
No,
it's
it was
something to
poor
do with
driving.
you.
It was poor driving.
Yeah.
Definitely poor driving.
Yeah. Yeah, because even if the brakes did fail, why are you going that fast?
Like I said, where that crossing is by the Oracle, that's a narrow bit of road. You don't approach that fast.
Yeah. How do you do that? You
It's like a
wouldn't
little
do that.
chicane, isn't it? It's a little narrow
Yeah.
left-righty thing. Why would you don't take that
Because
speed?
you wouldn't drive like that in your Mini. He's driving like that in a double-decker fucking bus. It's a 20 feet long vehicle.
In the centre of town.
Yeah, in a
And there's
narrow,
traffic lights that
winding
end up-
one-way.
There's
Yeah.
traffic lights at the end of the road that you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to see until
Ah,
you
you get-
made it around that corner. So
Yeah. Why are you bombing it down a place where you know you've got to stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's no argument. Yeah,
Idiot driver.
dickhead.
definitely an idiot driver.
Yeah, no, you've convinced me,
Imagine-
Andy.
That'd be a natural. Oh shit! And everyone, you've got all those passengers on that bus. Like, you just hit a guy. What?
He's like, no, the whiskey's always been like this.
It's getting fixed tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, what happened? Oh, pigeon. All right. I've seen I've seen a dude get taken out by a bus's wing mirror. That was very funny because he just got back up and he was like, "Oh shit!" but that was very funny.
Kid on the waiting for the school bus. The wing mirror hit a kid waiting at the bus stop.
Oh,
and
ouch.
I don't know. It's like I don't know if he was stood too close to the road or the bus driver coming too close to the pavement. But yeah. And it wasn't going fast. He was slowing down to stop and let kids on, but it just dunk. Didn't knock the guy over or anything. I just remember that sound and the way the kid like bent. And it's, you know,
Oh man.
it was one of those dorky guys as well, where this shit would only happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, out of everyone in the school to get hit by a bus wing mirror,
Yeah,
it's going to be that kid, isn't it? It's going to be that
not
dork.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to the cool guys, does it? It doesn't happen to.
Again, you shouldn't laugh, but my God, that's funny.
Yeah, it could have been worse. If the bus
Oh,
was
yeah.
fast.
Oh yeah, way worse than that. You know, Andy, kids getting hit by buses, I think is a good way to end it for today. Yeah, mate, that's hour and 10. There you go. It's better than 3. Just not wait around as long. My friend, it's been a true pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
We will sort out a wander at some point. We'll get it done.
Can you do like a podcast out in the open?
Here's the thing. Hold that thought. Hang on.
Like, what if we're
Where are you?
maybe not right now, but when the weather's better?
Yeah,
We'll
where
be
am I
sat in the
putting
mud
you?
anywhere.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know where I've put them, but I've got the Pel mics, so I can do it.
Hey.
So we can rig them up like that. So you could do it if I had a rucksack. I could put my laptop in the back, and the Focusrite with it. We could do it. Yeah.
Like when it's not freezing and muddy and it could rain.
What I'd probably say we could do it if we got like 2 camping chairs. Yeah, like a little stool, put the laptop on, sit across from each other. We could definitely do it.
A couple of drinks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be up for that. We can do that.
One in the open. Like
Yeah,
that.
I'll have a think. I'll work out some logistics. We can make it work.
I wonder if that's like in keeping with regulations. Like you're allowed to, yeah, sure, go out and exercise with someone in your local area.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Jerks if a collar comes up. Oh, what's going on?
You're like, just chilling, man. And he'll be like,
Exercising.
Yeah.
Duh.
We exercising. Our brains. All right, carry on. All right, I'll have a think of it. I'll let you know. We'll work something out.
Sweet.
Beautiful. All right, my man. Take it easy, buddy.
Nice one.